Hey all you heroes out there, and welcome to another edition of Hell Yeah Gaming Jeff Rambles, where I talk about whatever's off the top of my head on days where I should have something ready to upload for everybody, but I don't for one reason or another. And I figured I'd start off today by giving you an update on why things are kind of off the rails lately. And, well, actually, before even that, I want to say thank you everybody who came to Thursday's live stream, the second anniversary live stream, which was a lot of fun. I know I only played 2 games during that time when normally, last year I played more, and I wanted to get to some other things, but gosh darn it, Rubber Ross World, that final level is, the final 2 levels really just destroying me, and I'll finish that at some point and get it up there. And thank you everybody who donated to the charity. My goal was $200, didn't quite make it, made 170 something, I believe 172.50 thereabouts, if I'm correct off the top of my head. Sorry, I don't have the exact number on hand, but that's still a very decent amount to be pulling out for someone of my size, and I appreciate everybody who contributed and helped with that. So let's see what else. Okay, so on that day, my voice was sore, and by the end of it I was miserable, right? Anyone who was there towards the end of the day or has watched the live stream after the fact will know that my voice was getting worse as the day progressed, and by the end I was like hating myself. It was just awful. And if you pay any attention to my social media, my Twitter or Facebook, then you'll know that the day before that is when my voice started feeling not so good, sore throat and whatnot. That has not gone away. I know I certainly sound better right now. It's just a lot of lung congestion, throat congestion, coughing, really nasty respiratory stuff. The rest of it has all gone away. Now, I know what you may be thinking, considering that we are still in the midst of a real bad pandemic. No, not COVID. We know that for a fact. Everybody in my house has had this going on, and my wife got tested and that was negative. So whatever it is, it's not COVID. Fantastic. But it's stuck with me now for 8 days, and it's just nasty and will not let me really record anything new, which is why you got this here today. Not liking it, not fun. I did record 1 episode for Psychonauts 2, which went up, a couple days ago on Tuesday, and let y'all know at the beginning of that recording that, I was just testing it out, see if I could get or record some episodes while feeling all right, had a whole cup of tea with me, and by the end of that, I was just totally knocked out. So even just climbing the stairs to get here to my car in this parking structure here at work totally knocked me out, just going up 3 levels of stairs. And it's everything I can to keep from coughing right now. It's pretty nasty, not fun, hate it. So sorry, I held it off as long as I could. I don't know when it's gonna be feeling better and when I'm gonna actually be able to sit down, record, and get things out, but at least it gives me more time to do more planning. On the other hand, I put a commission out there to get artwork drawn for the main protagonist of the fighting game that I've been designing, so hopefully I can get 1 video for that out sometime in the near future with artwork there to show off my protagonist, and I can delve into it, and I'm really excited about that. I am super duper excited about that, guys. You have no idea. Let's see here, and that's that's really all I had off the top of my head to talk about, other than I gotta be real with everybody. Things have been very difficult, even like outside of the whole being sick thing. Just keeping up with videos. Like, I know I originally tried to do daily videos and I fell behind on that so bad that I decided to go to just 3 times a week. And then I ended up realizing that it didn't really matter. Whatever I set forth, I just wasn't gonna be measuring up to. So by cutting back my goals, I was still like not meeting those. Guys, I gotta say that, like, over the last several months, I've been learning more about myself and my mind and my brain, the way that I think, that has been unleashing whole new perspective on just all my behaviors throughout my entire life that I always felt something was just wrong with me. And funny enough, this path to trying to learn more about myself was it was sparked by some things that Aaron Hansen said in a Game Grumps video, specifically while they were doing Rubber Ross World, Mario Maker, about how he was describing living with ADHD. And like everything that he was saying just kind of like clicked and felt very personal to me. Like the thought process on how he described things, like it just connected and made sense in a way that no other thought process ever has. So I've been delving more into it, and the more I read about other people's experiences with it, the more and more certain I am that I have gone like undiagnosed with ADHD my whole life. And it really, it puts a whole perspective on things that, you know, I never had before. I'm sure I've said that already, but in a way that makes things more tangible to talk about. I have my whole life always moved from project to project to project to project, always carrying things halfway forward, but like never finishing them, and not losing interest because I still enjoy them and I still want to complete them, but it feels like trying to swim upstream against a raging current. Like I'm fighting against myself to do something that I know I want to do. And whenever I see other people who just decide that they want to do something and then they just do it, it blows my mind that anyone can just do that. Like it really made me feel like my whole life that I'm just not dedicated enough. I'm just not motivated enough. I'm just not disciplined enough. And maybe that last one's a little bit true, but it's also, you know, I'm sure all of you watching right now who followed me for any length of time have noticed that kind of trend with me about starting projects and then never carrying them through. Fighter's Passage, I was so excited about. I got one video out there. It was like, it took so much work, but I was so proud of it to design like all the little aspects and details of a Smash Bros character. You know, it's specifically Chell from Portal, if you hadn't seen it before. And it was really well received by people. People really liked it. And I wanted to jump into the next one, and I just never did, and then and then at the time of this recording, all but one of the new Smash fighters have all been announced and released. So the whole point of it being like who I would make for that fighter's pass is that whole thing is kind of past now, and I'm kind of just left that hanging. And the Tournament of Links, I advertised that a crap ton everywhere, where I was putting up a tournament bracket for all the different incarnations of Link from The Legend of Zelda, and creating unique scenarios that they would battle out in, randomly chosen by little slips of paper, shaking, pulling out the scenarios and the arenas and everything. And I had the whole bracket set up for everyone to see. I made the first video, which took even more effort than the Fighter's Passage video, of the Hyrule Warriors Link versus the Spirit Tracks Link, and had everyone vote in the comments. And then that never happened, and that was over a year ago, that one, because I premiered it at my 1-year anniversary live stream celebration. So that was a year and 1 week ago. And ever since, I've had it in the back of my mind, and every time I sit down to plan the next one, I can't force myself to do it. And my brain moves on to the next project. And that's happened with the Pokemon Centile region, which is kind of sort of being worked on a little bit here and there, kind of not. There's still some initial artwork I'm waiting on from someone for a little bit of that, but that one's also, such a large scale project that I knew that it was going to take forever to even get anywhere tangible with it. And it's kind of happened with my fighting game too, which just hurts. It hurts that these are things that I love and I want to see through, and I want to push myself, but I can't. I don't want to say I can't, because I have had projects where I pushed myself all the way through, and even though I liked doing them, I didn't like making myself do them, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I don't know why I'm laying all this out. Honestly, I probably just wanted to make sure everyone else understood why so many ideas come up and then just don't happen afterwards. But it's ideally, I would like to have an official diagnosis and see if there's any kind of lifestyle change or management of myself I can provide, or any medication I can take to help me really get that dopamine burst where I'm supposed to get it, because that's part of ADHD, is not receiving the right amount of dopamine for things that you should find joy in. But I don't know. I also don't like the idea of anything changing the way I think, because I feel like a lot of my creativity comes from the way I think, and that scares me too, just changing anything about my brain. But that's where I am right now. I hope anybody can understand. This is probably the most rambly of all Jeff Rambles I've ever done. But I hope that anyone can understand like what I'm trying to put out there in the world right now. And I hope you got something from this. If you did, then great. And if you have anything to share with me, then please do so in the comments down below. I would love to hear anything that you have to say. And yeah, that's all. Time is running out. I gotta get back to work before my lunch break is over. I'm only doing half lunches right now, working a lot of overtime because it's the only way I can survive right now. Because they never want to give me raises or promotions. But that's a whole other. Okay. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And for sitting through my long rambly talk about myself, you all deserve yourselves a great big hell yeah.